What's up? What's up? What's up, yo? How have you guys been? How is everyone today? Blaze is plotting for all the other people to get here because YouTube notifications suck. They really do. They really suck. I hate YouTube notifications. But anyways, welcome everyone. What's up, Owo? What's up, Rakshami? Thank you for moderating, by the way. You guys are amazing. Who else we got? Who else we got? We have Self Girl, Landry Crusher, Kayla, Some Bread. What's up, Toko? How you been? What's up, Real Rosie? Hi, I'm so excited for you to react to this chat. I'm really excited about this one. Yeah, this fan getting shorter than more, you know, the ones that we're used to. Because, you know, most fangans kind of traditionally end at chapter 6, right? But this one is gonna end like pretty soon. Like I think chapter 3 is like, obviously there's like an epilogue and such like that, but yeah, we should be done with this in like the next, maybe not this stream, but the next stream. Hey, what's up, Blair? How you been? I was hoping to watch the other streams so I know about your references to the other fan games. Oh yeah, you should. They're fun streams. Thanks for moderating, Blair. I really appreciate you. I'm excited for this ending. There's gonna be more action. Oh, I can't wait. What's up, Rage Maniac? How you been? My internet sucks so much that my screen is still in the starting soon picture. Oh, I feel sorry for you. That really sucks. Okay, I think I have everything pretty much ready for the most part. Yeah, we do. In the game, I still have my load. It didn't delete it, so we fixed that issue. Oh boy, that was horrible. I can't wait to see how this fan get ends. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm good. Wanted to see this chapter. It gets crazy. Good luck. Yeah. What's up, Kit? How you been? I end school in 18 days. Congratulations. That's what's up. Also, brand you're known as Bread now. No take backs. Oh, well, I'm good, bestie. Finishing up my chapter 1 so I can post prologue. Hey, that's what's up. Wow, I thought that the fangam was pulling all the stops too soon, but now that I know there's only 3 chapters, it all makes sense now. Yeah. It's a quick one. It's a quick one. But there's not. Oh, I said bread, but it's some brand. My bad. Misread that. What's up, Mad Dinosaur? How you been? Thank you so much for that thumbnail art, by the way. I appreciate you. I really liked the last thumbnail. It was beautiful. I think I missed like 25 streams due to school. Oh my God. Are you out of school now? All right, let me do some finals touch-ups and we should be good. Oh, I think we're already good. No touch-ups needed. You're all good, Blaze. I'm embracing the bread. I'm just so used to seeing bread now. I'm so used to seeing bread. I watch most of your streams during school when I'm finished with work. That sounds good. I wish I could be here every time. Well, just you coming sometimes is good enough for me. Let's hope we don't have to restart. Oh no, we don't. The load is here. The load is here this time. We're good. We're good. We're good. We got our loads. We gotta love bread. YouTube. What's up, y'all? Welcome to more Danganronpa Lapse. I'm excited. We're going to be getting into, this is kind of the final chapter. Obviously there's going to be an epilogue later, but yeah, this one's shorter than normal. As you guys know, there's only 10 students in this game, so obviously the fangame was going to end a little sooner than chapter 6 where we're used to, right? So let's get into it. Who we got here today? I think it was, I left off here, right? Yeah. All right, this should be, yep, this is it. Ugh. Something ached. Ugh. I felt my stomach turn over. Hungry. Oh, I have no food. I slipped out of bed and went to the sink, splashing away another fitful night's sleep from my eyes with the crisp water. Alert from the chill, I got properly dressed. It was disturbing how quickly I acclimated to the morning routine. Oh, 7 a.m. I was awake an entire half hour before the preset alarm went off. Grumbling from the habitual awakening, I sulked out of my personal room to grab a bite from the dining hall. Now I want toast. Toast would be so good right now. The halls were quiet. Nothing but my soft footsteps upon the carpet kept me company. I crossed the dimly lit foyer and sat myself down at the end of the dining hall table. I laid my eyes directly on the basket of pastries that still sat in the center of the table. 2 pastries remained, a lemon square and some kind of Danish with jam. Ooh, I love lemon squares! Lemon squares are fire! I helped myself to the lemon square, the delicate bite of sweet and sour zest filling me with a flavorful vigor. As much as I enjoyed the pastry, I couldn't help but remember the melancholic feeling of Pandora's life being cut short. I finished off the lemon square, leaving the jam Danish in the basket all by its lonesome. Oh, look at that. You gotta eat that too. You can't just leave that one pastry there. Come on. I placed the snack in a folded napkin and stuck it in my pocket. Oh, you stealing snacks now. Hey, Echo. Maybe I can give it to Cannon. It's not much, but I didn't really know what I was going to do with it. Give it as a peace offering? I don't think she would accept it as a peace offering per se, but it would be a shame to waste it. Yeah, exactly. We can't be wasting pastries out here. Wait, hold on. Whoa, wait. It just... What? Think you're doing? What happened? My thoughts were interrupted by a sharp exclamation. Who was that? I rushed out of the dining hall and saw Lyle and Cannon arguing in the connecting hall between the foyer and living quarters. Say was standing beside Lyle once more, watching the scene unfold. Cannon, you're always running away and hiding, aren't you? Shut up. You think I'm going to run headfirst into danger? I'm not going to be an idiot like you and Echo, getting myself hurt for no good reason. Lyle seized Cannon's camera from her wrist. What? Hey, don't do that. Don't be stealing people's cameras. Hey, hands off. I've had it with you and your secrets. I'll break this thing for good if you don't tell me what you're hiding. No, don't, please. What's going on? Hey, Lyle's being a little low key. What's up, McLeans? How you been? What is happening here? I started to intervene, but Forte stepped in from within the living quarters. Oh! Oh, they made Forte mad. Approaching from down the hall beside Lyle, Forte plucks the camera out of his grasp with ease. You're all awfully lively at such an hour. Forte returned the camera to Cannon as Missy approaches from the opposite side of the living quarters. Hey, you gotta love Forte for that. Lyle and Cannon step back a few paces from each other, the space now singularly occupied by their glares. Cannon wraps the strap around her wrist and grips the camera tightly. Good morning, everyone. Yes, good morning to you all. Although, I would hardly call shouting and threatening others a productive way to start the day. What's the commotion this time? Yeah, morning. I'm not entirely sure. What's up, DJ? How you been? I woke up early, so I went to the dining hall to help myself to breakfast when I heard Lyle and Cannon arguing about something. Why were you up so early? Anyway, Lyle. I haven't been able to sleep well, if you really must know. Lyle trailed off, but his gaze was tense. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Lyle scoffs. Anyway, I was awake because I was restless. But Cannon here was sneaking around my room, looking for dirt, no doubt. Wait, you were in Lyle's room? That's not good. That's a lie. Is that so? Explain this. Lyle produces a photograph of what looks to be a checker pattern. Is that Kokishi's scarf? No, I'm kidding. What is this? Indeed. Just what are you showing us? It's a chessboard. I have a chessboard in my personal room, and the only way Cannon would have taken a picture of it was if she trespassed and entered my room. Interesting. You're the worst. You were blatantly walking around with the thing tucked under your arm in the early hours of the morning. I didn't sneak anywhere, much less your personal room. I just happened to be around the corner when I saw the strange thing. So, you admit you were hiding? Just a minute. What's this about a chessboard? That's none of your business. I brought it out only to discuss it with Say. No one else. Missy sighed. Don't be absurd. The existence of such a thing has been brought to everyone's attention thanks to your commotion. There's no use in keeping it a secret now, Lyle. Yeah, good point, good point. Fine. Lyle leaves the group to retrieve the item in question from his personal room, The rest of us gathered in the dining hall in anticipation. Forte is an oxymoron. Give Kokichi's chessboard back. After a moment, Lyle returns, presenting a lacquered wooden chessboard. Ooh, that looks nice. Why is there 2 X's though? Care to elaborate? What seems to be the issue here? It's not strictly a chessboard per se. It doesn't come with pieces to play with, and there are markings on the 2 opposite corners. But from those differences alone, I know what its real purpose is. It's the mutilated chessboard problem. What is that? If I recall correctly, that's a type of tiling puzzle, no? Yes. The problem is as so. Suppose an 8x8 chessboard has 2 diagonally opposite corners removed, leaving 62 squares. Is it possible to place 31, 2 times 1, dominoes in such a way along the ranks or files that all squares are covered? From the numbers alone, you'd think it mathematically possible. After all, 31 is easily half of 62, exactly. However, the problem is impossible to complete. By removing the 2 diagonally opposite corners, we're taking out 2 either black or white squares. Whichever is removed, we're left with a real estate of 32 of one type of square and 30 of the other. This is an issue, since the dominoes will always cover 1 black and 1 white. If the remaining squares are uneven like that, we'll be left with 1 domino and 2 uncovered squares. Interesting. At the end of the day, puzzles like this are pointless. They're not problems, they're hoaxes meant to frustrate. In that case, do you believe you were expected to solve it, given you're the ultimate puzzle master? I doubt it. It came with neither instruction or dominoes. Just the board itself, with 2 corners marked, was in my room. Even if it were given to me to solve, whoever gave it to me must know that I would see through the problem straight toward the impossible nature of it anyway. Ah, I hate math. But that's not too complicated to understand, though. I just don't understand the importance of it, you know? So Lyle had this complicated thing in his room as well? Huh? Hang on. This moment felt oddly familiar. Hearing someone had a strange thing in their room? I wondered if it were simply a coincidence or... Hey, Forte, can I ask you something? What is it? When I was shocked on the first day, you took me to your personal room to keep an eye on me. I remember you had sheet music. What was it of? Oh, that. The sheets were actually select parts of the libretto for an opera I have some disdain for. Oh? Indeed. The story of a man that, despite his success, makes a deal with dark spirits to get what he truly wants. Give it to Nagito, he'll solve it? Yeah, Nagito would solve that. Easy. I don't care too much for the moral of it. I see. His choice of words were rather nonplussed, but his brow furrowed deeply at the mention of the opera. Are we getting a victim reveal today? I don't know. That's why I didn't put it in there, so who knows what's gonna happen. Could these things be indicative of something more? In their respective rooms, Lyle had a frustrating puzzle, and Forte had sheet music that turned out to be for a story he doesn't quite like. Interesting. I wondered then if the revolver in my room was presented in a similar fashion. To test myself with a precarious game within a game itself. What could that mean? Don't you think it has something to do with your talent as well? Perhaps, but conversely, there's a discrepancy among the items. Ashley's room item had nothing to do with her talent. Yeah, Ashley received her friend Silva's helmet. In a way, it could have been read as a gift at first thought, but given their history, it might have just been a jab at the fight that occurred between them. Maybe. Faust is a great story. Oh, the opera is Faust. Okay, nice. And I could surmise what sort of room gift Cannon was given. Her camera? I haven't made any effort to hide it. But yes, I have some rather mixed feelings about this. Not elaborating any further, Cannon scowls as she stares at the device. Say, did you also happen to awaken in your room with a strange item? Yeah, I did. Would you mind sharing it with us? I wonder if it's also something talent related. Say momentarily withdrew into her own room to retrieve her item. Here. What is it? She produced a yellow skull and bones statuette. What is that? Okay. What on earth? Is that real? It couldn't be real. The shape is much too stylized to resemble anything realistic. Oh, I guess you're right. Still, such a depiction of a skull, fake or not, sent chills up my spine. Say's a pirate? I was thinking the same thing. That was the first thing that came to my mind. I was like, she's a pirate? This thing is kind of heavy too. When I woke up, it was sitting on the cabinet at the foot of my bed, staring at me. It's like it was telling me something bad would happen. It's horrible. I didn't know what to do with it, so I just hid it in one of my cabinet drawers. Say's item doesn't seem to have any outward appearance of being related to her talent. However, a skull and bone statuette planted in a game centered around murder, I get the impression that it was given deliberately. Yeah, it can't just be a coincidence, huh? So Ashley wasn't the only one that had something out of place in her room when she woke up. It seemed nearly everyone here had something unusual in their room. It's the skull from Boney Island? Is that a Monkey Island reference? Or am I thinking of something else? Yeah, she's a watchmaker? I think it's a watchmaker, yeah. Wait, all these strange things have something in common. What is that? Is it sentimental value? Maybe friends? I guess it was the middle one. They're disturbing, I guess, right? I think all these room gifts, it seems like they're all meant to unsettle you in some way. Oh, I guess so. Interesting. It was quite disturbing to receive a revolver of all things before the events of the killing game being revealed to us, no less. Christian, what's going on? How you been? Missy, what about the item you had last night? You said it was analogous to Silva's helmet. Correct. It has a painted past. The owner was to kill herself with it for betraying her family's wish. What a loathsome request. Yeah, that's pretty bad. So instead of following her family's blindsided desire, she took the dagger and nothing else as she fled from home. Oh, Boney Island is from TDI. Gotcha. Missy withdrew the dagger from her possession and returned it over in her hands carefully. She had a forlorn look in her eyes as she stared at it. No way! There's no way I'm letting Missy allow another weapon to fall into the wrong hands. Lau sped in to take the dagger from Missy, but Forte held him back with a firm grip. Oh! Why are you stopping me? I'm trying to prevent more destruction. Missy's weapons are going to do more harm than good. And can you say with confidence you won't let the weapon fall into the wrong hands as well? Whoever fights monsters should see to it that they do not become a monster in the process. Lyle, I think you would do well to follow those words of insight, given your reactions to the events. Forte is like definitely manning up in this chapter, right? It's not that I don't have any faith in you to solve the workings of our situation, but I don't want to see you turn against us just for the sake of an answer. I'm not turning against you. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this forsaken game we're in. Lyle hurled the chessboard across the hall, splintering the wood into several pieces. Lyle, violence is not the answer. You have a sharp mind. Don't let rage and confusion blind your judgment. Then tell me, what's the point of these so-called gifts? Missy, you received a gun of all things, and now you've got your hands on a dagger? Say, even as the skull and crossbone statue, what good could that possibly serve? Not to mention all the awful gifts. This game has been rigged from the beginning to incite violence, and violence only. Lyle, please settle down. We're gathered to talk this out. I understand you're frustrated, but discussion is the best tool at our current disposal. If we kept a level head, we're sure to find an answer for the questions at hand. We have so many brilliant minds here. Why not do what we can? Lyle huffed. Dude, Lyle hates us right now. Lyle just doesn't want to be with the team. He crossed his arms and paced to the far corner of the dining hall, allowing whoever else to speak. Well, all I can speculate is perhaps signs of distrust were to be planted among us from the start, since the gifts might have stirred feelings of resentment. If that's the case, what do you think Art's gift was? Maybe it was because of that thing, he was the one to act first. It could be possible he walked to the mansion with pre-existing bleak feelings that were only exacerbated exacerbated further by the situation we found ourselves in. Maybe. What's up, Black Queen? How have you been? One could surmise that is a plausible route for his motivation. The room fell silent for a moment. Missy and Forte were deep in thought, while Say and Cannon were their usual quiet selves. Lyle, on the other hand, just allowed the conversation to move at its own pace. Missy continued. Lyle is waving flags? He really is, at this point. It's going to be difficult to reflect on the events past, but I believe it will be necessary to progress. I believe we ought to ask. The killing. What was the root of each occurrence? Art did it out of protection, didn't he? As I understood it, it was done more out of fear. Ashley was afraid too. She was afraid for Echo's safety. Both of them must have thought getting rid of the potential mastermind behind our situation would stop the game completely. However, is there such a possibility of a mastermind existing within our ranks? No one dared to comment on such a thing. Regardless, I do not like this. Splintering the unity of the group with hypotheticals won't get us very far. Yeah. Besides, who would be so cruel to want to insert themselves into a game that could put themselves in harm's way? The idea is disturbingly masochistic. I suppose an amount of faith is required amongst us so we don't shatter what already limited and delicate trust has been built. We got this far, haven't we? The adults are speaking? The most plausible mastermind would have been Cyrus, but he was ultimately just a pawn in the overall scheme. So much for his immunity. Another pause. Misty looked over to Lyle, who continued to sulk. Lyle, have you had a moment to collect yourself? He lets out an elongated sigh. Sure. Then please, with your wit and assistance, your wit and assistance will be paramount to solving our predicament. I haven't doubted your skill for a second. However, I would ask that you cooperate. Missy extends a hand in compromise. Lyle hesitates, but eventually shakes in agreement. Make no mistake, I'm still suspicious of everyone here. Missy especially. Don't think I'll forgive you for the hoops we had to go through to figure out what happened to Cyrus. I don't expect you to accept any of my excuses, so long as we're understood to have the same goal to escape our predicament. Whatever. Let's just get on with figuring out this dang killing game. If we think about it, the working goal we're supposedly meant to be committing such horrendous acts for is to earn something called the ultimate prize. What's up, little Timmy? How you been? This prize is meant to be received at the end of 7 days of captivity. In that case, didn't we just wait until the 7th day? Was pursuing the so-called prize even on anyone's mind this whole time? Consider this. What could possibly be so desirable, yet completely unspecified, that we are provoked to fight to the death? That's a good point. We ought to solely focus on pursuing escape and resisting any pressure to act on killing. That's the only answer I can foresee. But as we've seen, Zero has deployed a number of things throughout the day to apply stress. Regarding the forced motive question, just the act of choosing whether or not to discuss it already has its suspicious implications, doesn't it? I think Lyle was onto something in the beginning of this game when he was saying that this is all a simulation, or it's not all real. It's not real. I think this isn't real. And it didn't happen in Cyrus's case since the killing occurred early in the afternoon. But if we didn't do anything like we did on the 2nd day, something would have been employed later in the day to ensure we would act. Case in point, the disturbing music. Bye, Terrell. Thanks for coming. Then indeed, waiting out wasn't going to be an option to begin with. As far as we could tell, nothing made any sense. What's up, Kibo? Missy furrowed her brow. It's difficult to make concrete statements about our situation. The variety of strange things happening don't seem to have any rhyme or reason. So, what can we even do? Uh-oh. An announcement! Before anyone could respond, a ringing filled the halls. So, day 5, another wondrous day within the walls. Today's force motive question is, do you believe in strength in numbers? That's a real head scratcher, huh? Nah, not really. It seems pretty obvious, right? Unless we have any lone wolves out there. The announcement ended as quickly as it came. Huh. That one's kind of vague. That was super vague. It's not vague. It's nothing. Why wouldn't there be strength in numbers? Cannon broke her silence with a snide remark. It was strange coming from her, considering how much she avoided us. I'm inclined to agree that the answer seems pretty straightforward. I concur, especially so since we are finding ourselves in the very scenario where it is beneficial that we all be present to discuss the game. Okay, so we all agree that was completely pointless. Maybe not. I think there was some reason to that. Back to what we were talking about. What do we think the purpose of the ultimate prize and the preservation project are as a whole? Missy, you said you wanted to involve yourself with this group. Can't you make heads or tails of this? Yeah, Calvin, I saw that. Yeah, Super Mario Rampa, the first case is almost done, which is pretty cool. I've been trying to make sense of it since we arrived. All I can say is perhaps we found ourselves in an elaborate trap. I heard Lyle mutter, "That's obvious," under his breath. Missy ignored him. Echo, I believe you may be able to recall what I said when you asked about Ultimate Students for the first time. Yeah, it was interesting what you said. What those individual groups or institutions do with the students is beyond me. I've not heard many stories of success or failure from anyone who's had the luxury of being accepted. Anyway, don't take much stock in the title, is all I'm saying. I feel like the 3 or below is the number of survivors in the end. You think so? What do these institutions do with the students? I mean, of course your talents would be highly coveted, but wouldn't the world be seeing constant new developments in biological discoveries and technology? Excellent observation. Why haven't we seen those developments indeed? It's clear that as ultimate students, we're at the crux of this game's existence. How do you mean? Who or what singularly determined the fact that we had ultimate talents? The Preservation Project? And Echo, you didn't seem to have any knowledge of ultimate talents, students, or the Preservation Project at all prior to your experience thus so far. Huh? That's true. So I ask, how did you become a participant here? We all had to willingly sign up to be brought here. That's a good question. I'm curious whether Echo's presence is a discrepancy we can bet upon. It seems glaringly peculiar, given the circumstance. That much is clear. In that case, I believe we've been uniquely blessed with the peculiarity of Echo's presence that could shed light on our situation. Missy thought hard. I need more information. I have an idea on where to potentially fetch the knowledge I seek. Say? You know what? The reason for all this, why it's so hard to figure it out, it's all meant to be beyond our comprehension and capabilities, isn't it? Why not just go along with the game instead of fighting it? What the do you mean by that? What do you mean? What are you saying? Suddenly, a rumbling shook through the dining hall. It sounded like it was coming from the foyer. We darted out of the dining hall to investigate. What the frick is going on now? The doors opened? No way. The previously impenetrable main foyer doors opened. We're on day 5, and there are still 5 of you. That's impossible. The voice crackled. Test your strength. Explore beyond the doors as a group. Split up. Do nothing. I don't care. Wait, what? Your strength in numbers? Can you remain a group in spirit as you wander the mysterious halls? Yes, the doors, once thought of as your only way out, have been thrown ajar. Wait, they're letting us go out? Hey, I'm out of here. Let's go. Pancake roll. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, bestie. Thank you for the 45. Whoa, big money. Hey, bestie. I'm here. I promise. Well, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. And I hope you're still doing okay. I hope you're all right. Pancake roll. If you ever need anyone to talk to, I'm on Discord. Let me know. Pack your bags, y'all. We're out. I should save. Okay, let's save. Let's save. That's a good idea anyway. We should be saving a lot. They've never really been an exit. You all just assume so. How silly is that? And, oh, what's this? Ding. Facing opposite of the foyer doors, the elevator indicator lit up, showing a new floor available to us, the courtroom. I'll even let you all take a little detour to the courtroom. Find the secrets of this wretched place, if you could bear to face them. Yes, the game will go on regardless how hard you resist. Everyone was astonished. We were all fixated on the gaping, dark hole that lay beyond the previously dangerous door. Oh my god! Are they gonna give us... Wait, hold on! Are they gonna give us an ultimatum here? Are they gonna be like, you could either go through the elevator or exit the foyer doors? Is this place IKEA? Zero is challenging us to uncover the secrets of our captivity? So be it. I will be infiltrating Cyrus's room. He had knowledge of mine and Ashley's connections. It's likely he has access to much more information. What? But the door that mysteriously kept us in has opened up. There could be information further in the building too. Lyle pulls out the secret note he's been holding on to since discovering it on the second day. This note has to mean something. It's clear that Zero represents one of the symbols and has shown himself in the courtroom. So the same has to be said about Eve's symbol. Whoever's operating the announcements, Eve or Zero, have to be somewhere beyond the doors. It would be too obvious for Zero to be hiding in the courtroom. What if it's simply an artificial intelligence behind the two personalities? Then what? Searching for something intangible and scripted to run the game won't reveal the overall secrets beyond the walls. Cyrus knew things about the project as a whole. That kind of information can't be denied at a time like this. Lyle, Missy, please. Arguing again isn't going to solve anything. Nah, it's Target. Agreed. I hate to suggest it, but perhaps this opportunity is a forced motive question presenting itself in a testable way. That's what I was thinking. If we recall day 3, the additional motive of distressing music was implemented at 4 p.m. Aha! We could split up and investigate until 4 p.m., where we can rendezvous and exchange information, all the while bracing ourselves for whatever Zero has in store for us. In that case, I'll venture into the unknown. If anything goes wrong here, you can bet I'll be the one to puzzle the truth together in the aftermath. Lyle stands squarely before the dim hall of the open doorway. Uh-oh, it's about to get real. I suppose it's our best option. It's not the wisest thing to do given our already small group, but it would give us an edge in discovering the secrets of our whereabouts. Missy nods as she made her decision to remain within the main wing. There are 6 of us. Therefore, we ought to divide into groups of 3 so we can all keep an eye on each other in our respective areas. Breaking off into 3 pairs is out of the question. Cannon, you're coming with me. Wait, what? What makes you think I want to go with you? I want Cannon with us! As much as I'd miss your awful company if you didn't come, you won't let go of your camera, and I think it might be just a touch useful going down, okay? Cannon rolled her eyes but didn't object further. Maybe that camera is going to save us in the end. I'll join Missy. Worry not. I shall not let anything go wrong. Oh crap, we're gonna have to choose. That's what's gonna happen here. Besides, I trust Cannon to keep an eye on things for me. Sure you do. We decided on splitting between investigating beyond the foyer doors and remaining in the main wing. With only myself and Say remaining, I looked at her to see what group she would go with. Say remained still. I guess she was waiting for me to make my choice first. Oh crap. Oh, there's so many choices. What the freak? I'm gonna save again right here, so I don't have to skip all this again in the future. There's so many options. Forte, Cannon, Lyle, Missy, or Say. Dang. I really like Missy. She's been putting us on the right track so far. But Lyle might figure out how to solve this game. I wonder what everyone else was expecting to find from this. Say, did you have any preference? No, I'll go with whoever. I don't care. You pick. Okay. Oh, so this is just me talking to them? Okay. So whichever group I decide to go with, Say will likely join the other. Okay, I see now. Are you having trouble deciding? A little. I'm mostly worried about something bad might happen. It's perfectly normal to feel fear. It means you're still human. Your senses haven't acclimated to the awful environment. Echo, hurry it up, will you? I know. I need some time to think. The worst action is inaction. We have to dig up this miserable place's secrets. If Lyle's patience wasn't already paper thin, I just applied a hydraulic press atop it with my indecision. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Let's stop. Let's rewind. Let's take it back. I approached Cannon, wishing to apologize for what happened yesterday. I didn't quite know what to say. Cannon didn't lift her eyes to meet mine as I tried to organize my thoughts. Echo, hustle. Please, Echo. Time is of the essence. Cannon continued to stay silent. Not the press. Yep, the press is here. I think the author knew that like everybody was comparing Lyle to Kokichi, so they just had to do that. They had to put that reference in there. What do you think you'll find? Who can say? I certainly don't know what to expect, but I'll do my best to assist Missy in her endeavors. Oh, I see. I'm not sure what I could offer to the investigation. Half of a memorable experience in the overall scheme? Don't fret. If you can't lend a hand, keep in mind simply the impact we have on other people. We're important to each other. Come on, you all. I'm being very generous right now. You don't want your opportunity to go to waste, do you? Time's a wasting. Zero's taunting voice rung through the halls once more, his laugh crackling through the speakers. This feels like an important choice. Perhaps I should think carefully. Oh, this is clean, bro. I love how this looks right here. This looks super cool. Okay. I'm gonna ask you guys. We're gonna do a poll. We're gonna do a poll for the first time. We'll run it back. We'll run it back, of course. But for the first time, I want you guys to vote. Lyle or Missy? Who should we go with? Lyle is twice as fine as Kokichi, though. Anyway, I'm gonna go to sleep for a while. Bye-bye. Bye, Nagito. Have a good sleep. Thanks for stopping by. Missy? Lyle? Go with Lyle. Interested to see what he does. It is kind of interesting to see. He seems like he might solve this for the most part. I really hope you go with Lyle. Maybe keep Lyle in check. Yeah. Going with Lyle now has an interesting secret. Lyle seems interesting. Okay, I'll give you guys like another minute. I got my timer here. Even though the minute's gonna be kind of off. That's fine. I'm lacking help. I'm sorry. I think Lyle's interactions may be more entertaining. I think so too. Lyle is just a character in itself, so anything that he does is going to be interesting. And I really do like Canon, because Canon's really mysterious, you know? I tried voting Missy, but my poll ain't working. Oh no! Forte gives me mastermind vibes, so I'd go with Missy to protect her from a backstabbing. Maybe. You might be right on Forte being possibly a mastermind. He kind of does give off that vibe. I feel like anybody like him definitely has mastermind potential. Sei does too. Sei's been kind of creepy this whole time. Me and two other people voting for Missy. Okay, so the minute just ended right now. It is over. So we're gonna end it. Looks like Lyle. Lyle got the most votes. It was 60% to 39%. So let's go with Lyle on the first time. Thank you guys for voting. I appreciate y'all for being here. I'll go with Lyle and Cannon. It was decided. I joined Lyle and Cannon near the foyer doors. Sei joined Missy and Forte on the opposite side of the center glass table. Then that's that. We'll each investigate to our fullest abilities and rendezvous here before 4 p.m. That all right with you, Lyle? Yeah, it was literally 69 votes. Yes, ma'am. Lyle had already begun walking past the doors before she asked. Cannon silently matched his pace. I hastened to keep up. We stepped to the doorway into the darkness. You know what? Now that you bring up that purple badge, I saw it in the last stream. If you go to the saves here, there's a purple badge right here on the left. And I was like, where did I get that? I don't even remember getting it. Maybe it was because I got that secret ending. Oh, that's why. Yeah, I got that secret ending with Ashley. My eyes adjusted to the dim lighting as we were quickly met with stairs that tumbled down a dark length. Not a single word was exchanged between the three of us as we trudged down the steps, further away from the foyer's glittering hall. An anxious feeling rose in my stomach as I glanced back at the dying light. The other group was already out of sight. After some time, the foreign floor beneath us revealed itself to us at the bottom of the stairs. The hidden floor we gained access to stood in stark contrast to the previous floors. The lighting was dim, the walls dark and cool. Regardless, it remained decorated with delicate gold furnishings and a familiar service kiosk. An elevator hall divided the room in two equal halves, similarly to the main floor. This looks kind of cool, actually. Hey, looks like we could take this elevator back to the main wing, huh? Probably. But what's the use of going back now? We made a decision to split up and we need to investigate. Look for an exit. Did that really need to be said? Lyle instructed the two of us, but before anyone could go very far, we could hear the unfortunately now familiar speaker crackle. So you all decided to split up, huh? Yep. What are you gonna do about it? That's all right. No sweat off my back. Figuratively speaking, obviously. Thanks to your fancy bracelets, I can still locate where you are. There's no escaping for you quite yet. Anyway, I have a very special big motive for you all later, but for now, how about some fun little gifts? Not for everyone, mind you. These will be for Cannon and Missy, respectively, at the nearest kiosk. Grab it if you want, or leave it for someone else to stumble upon. I don't care. At this point, whatever you do is meaningless anyway. Huh? I wasn't sure if it was just me, but it felt like Zero's tone was different. I'll check back in with you folks later. Enjoy your investigation. The announcement ended. Lyle went over to the foyer kiosk as directed. Cannon hurried to put herself between Lyle and the kiosk. Not so fast. There's no way I'm letting you see whatever this messed up is. How do we know it's going to be bad? Everything in this place has been nothing but bad, genius. What makes you think this is any of your business anyway? Lyle rolled his eyes and left Cannon in relative peace, going about his way to search for an exit. I stood by in curiosity as the kiosk printed a small sheet, blank face up. Hey, what's up, Darkslayer? Welcome. Cannon rips the sheet out of this receiver, balls it up in her fist, and stuffs it in her pocket without a glance. I won't fall for any motives if I don't look at the thing Ciro's trying to tease me with, right? I guess so. Let's see. Here's a map of our current floor. Doesn't look like there's much here. Two long halls paralleled each other at the opposite side of the room. Toward the back, opposite of the stairs, were two larger rooms. One, the trophy room, and the other. There's a multi-purpose hall? And we can't even see what the other room is. What the? This room is redacted. Even so, we're here anyway, so we can just visit the room itself to see what it is. We stepped away from the kiosk to explore the underground floor. Watch us die or something in there. That'd be crazy. I think there's 3 chapters, Justin, and an epilogue. As we passed the 2 side halls, I took a peek in. They were listed as multi-purpose event halls, decorated settings for large gatherings. The large rooms were sparsely decorated with a number of tables and chairs, and not much else. The event halls were pretty, but like much of the building, they lacked any sort of quality of life. Cannon and I wandered about, but not for very long. Nothing glaringly strange caught our attention. It was as if the place was never meant to be anything more than recreational. The entire time we explored, Cannon kept a safe distance from me as I pondered when the best time to make amends. Lyle was waiting for us back where we started. About time you lot caught up. What did you expect? You didn't demand we all travel glued at the hip. Hey now. The two glared at each other. A palpable tension burned the air. So did you find any sign of an exit? No. The hallway behind me just goes to the shared elevator. Not an exit in sight. There's 3? Yeah. I mean, there's only 10 students, so yeah, it was bound to only have like 3 or 4 chapters. But I haven't looked in either of these rooms yet. One of the rooms is listed as a trophy room and the other is strangely redacted. Then let's check out the redacted one. My interest is piqued. The 3 of us approached the unlisted room. But there was a metal nameplate on the door, but it was scratched out. The laser engraving lost underneath the messy hacking. Of course, the name is conveniently scratched away. Lau rattled the doorknob, but it was locked tight. Our entry blocked by an active keypad. I'm scared that we're gonna die or something. Are we gonna run into a trap? See? Nothing but bad. The keypad's light indicator was red, waiting for a 6-digit code to unlock the door. What's with the keypad? How should I know? Well, you disabled the trap on the main foyer's door, didn't you? That's because there was a hidden panel in the wall in the main foyer. I just turned it off. Nothing fancy. Is this any different? The keypad is plenty different. If we input in an incorrect code, it's likely it'll shut us out permanently. Lau shrugged dejectedly. Unless we find a code, I suggest we leave this door alone until we're certain something works. Why don't we check out the trophy room? Maybe we can find some clues in there. Lau grumbled, but started toward the trophy room on the other side. I highly doubt it would be that convenient to find the code, but there's nothing left to lose. You never know, you know? Yeah, that was a new Lau sprite. That was a nice one too. Ooh, the music's good here. Upon entering the trophy room, we were greeted with, is that a bear? It's not alive. It's a taxidermy bear. I nearly toppled backwards at the sight. The room was filled with unmoving animals, posed in their most intimidating predatory state. Lyle and Cannon drifted in. I gulped and slipped in. Inside, there were displays of smaller animals, foxes, rabbits, and squirrels even. Toward the back of the room were hunting weapons, crossbows, rifles, hatchets. I'm glad this room was hidden from the start. There's a lot of weapons in here. I don't like that. I muttered the observation to myself, but it didn't give much comfort. Even though the large selection of weapons was inaccessible, danger still managed to find its way through. I sighed and continued my search for the code or signs of an exit. This song, by the way, it slaps. Yeah, this song, it slaps. It's hitting right now. What felt like an eternity passed. We turned the room upside down, looking for hints or clues for the keypad or otherwise, but all came up empty-handed. I sat down in one of the lounge chairs and took a beat. Searching and searching to no avail only proved to load more exhaustion on my already tense shoulders. What now? I mumbled to myself as Lyle and Cannon were just as aimlessly idling in the trophy room, their empty eyes falling on the miscellaneous decor. A crackling of static in the air stifled the brief repose we found ourselves in, reminding us that we were still in the midst of the game's encompassing shroud. Hey, just checking in with you all, having fun exploring the new digs. I bet you are. I have two more fun little gifts for you folks, Forte and Say. Wait, what? For the former and for the latter. What is this music? Nothing? You're kind of insignificant. Such a gift suits the person, yeah? Enjoy this weird tune if you can. It's all in German, so it's nonsense to me. Yeah, it's nonsense to me too. Zero's voice dropped out, and the tune carried on softly. A gentle, haunting piano accompanying the droning, gentle vocals. I couldn't comprehend what was being said, but the atmosphere the song created was unnerving. This music is terrible. I don't like this music at all. This music's scary. Wait, both the gifts were directed to Forte and Say, but they're in a group together. Missy's and Cannon's were given individually. Zero even said it didn't matter that we split into two groups. So, Lau's voice from across the trophy room startled me. So nothing. I was just wondering out loud why that was the case. It's more than likely he knows something we don't. Well, I hope they're okay then. All three of them receiving something strange is kind of worrisome. What if they end up dead or something? I trailed off, watching Lyle pace restlessly up and down the room. I wasn't sure if it was just the silence between us, but it sounded like the music was getting louder. Lyle came to a stop in the center of the room and stuffed his hands in his pockets in frustrated resignation. Dang it! This is ridiculous. Zero commanded we test our strength by opening that stupid door, just so we can make a mess of the trophy room. That music is throwing me off! I can't read! I'm so focused on the music right now. The whole game it reeks of inanity. Nothing is connecting. Nothing makes sense. Being in a killing game isn't some puzzle where you jigsaw all the pieces together. I don't think there's any sense in it at all, unless you're some twisted sadist. Oh my god, it's getting crazier, the music! The song isn't so bad. It's not that it's bad. It's more so just distracting me. There has to be a reason for this, to put us all together and just as quickly tear us apart. For something as malicious as this game, reason got up and left a long time ago. You're talking like you're not part of this. I've been trying my best not to involve myself, period. But you are involved. You're inextricably, unavoidably, indivisibly a part of this game. No, you don't get to say you're not part of this. Weren't you the one who had conclusive proof of the first killer? Did you push the last trial forward by realizing Echo hadn't seen an important message? What makes you think you can pick and choose what you want to participate in? How can you be so cold and unfeeling about all of this? You can't have any good reason to constantly be turning your back to all this treachery when you're completely steeped in the involvement. Cannon was dumbfounded. Shut up, Lyle! Cannon was shaking. This is getting crazy right now! At this point, the music had grown into an echoing drone. The murmur of the piano keys striking. Something fearful in my heart. This is scary! I feel like the music's gonna stop. We're all gonna die or something. Lyle and I stepped back. The tension in the air was heavy as Cannon's biting glare commanded all our attention. Who do you think you are? Cannon's voice was a low growl. Her eyes were mixed with a stifling, chilling torment. Cannon? I tried to shake out something, anything, to her to quench her invisible fury, but my throat was dry. She darted towards the back of the room, and at that precarious moment... What the f? The lights went out. Wait, what the f? What the... Ah! Lyle? His voice cried out with agony. What the freak is happening? I tried to follow the voice, but it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing and lost my footing in the rich darkness. What the freak did Cannon just do? What's going on? Static popped in and out of the speaker, but before any announcement could be made. Hey, go! I felt my back splitting in two. Wait, what? So I'm dying? A fiery pain unlike any other tore my skin, dug through my muscles and split my bone. I knew I was gonna die! I fumbled to the ground, my limbs failing to catch the descent. Cannon? Ow, my ears! My body fell limp and consciousness escaped me. Oh, they hit me! Yo, they gave me a bad end! Cannon Oda lost. What? And I got another purple badge. Bro, what the freak happened to Cannon there? What the freak happened to Cannon? What a bad ending. We gotta reload that. Obviously, that was the bad choice. Don't go with Lyle. You get creepy music and Cannon kills everyone. I don't know what happened there. We just died. I knew we were gonna die. I felt it coming. I was like, there's something crazy about the music. Just the whole atmosphere, the vibe, them arguing and bickering. It was just like, it wasn't good. Not good vibes at all. Wow. Okay, I guess we gotta join Missy and Forte. That's the true ending. I'll go with Missy and Forte. It was decided. I joined Missy and Forte on the opposite side of the center glass table. Say joined Lyle and Cannon near the foyer doors. Then that's that. We'll each investigate to our fullest abilities and rendezvous here before 4 p.m. That all right with you, Lyle? Yes, ma'am. Okay, so now I got a question about these purple badges real quick. If you get these, do you get like the true ending or something? Like, do you need those to get the true ending? Lyle had already begun walking past the doors before she asked. Cannon silently matched his pace and Say scurried to catch up. As the three faded out of sight, I immediately began to feel uneasy. Is this okay? Splitting up? I'm not entirely sure. Come now, Echo. A choice has been made. The general consensus was that we were to split up evenly if we wanted to comb the building in a timely manner. Yeah, sorry. I'm just a little worried. I couldn't shake the remnant hostility between the Lyle and Cannon's argument this morning. There was a crackle of static before Zero started speaking again. So you all decided to split up again, right? That's all right. No sweat off my back. Figuratively speaking, obviously. Thanks to your fancy bracelets, I can still locate where you are. There's no escape. Yeah, we know. You got a big motive. You're going to give it to Missy and Cannon. We heard it before. We get it. Huh? I wasn't sure if it was just me, but it felt like Zero's energy was different. That gave me a very birth me code vibe and I feel triggered. Yeah, I know. That was like that too, Blair. I feel you on that. The announcement ended. Missy went over to the foyer kiosk as directed. Similar to a victim report, the kiosk printed a small sheet, blank face up. What is it? Don't feel any pressure to share if it's unpleasant. To be frank, I am only expecting unpleasant. Missy tore the small sheet from the print feed and flipped it around. As if being beholden to her vexing gift wasn't enough, I have this to remind me of the game's treachery. Is that your friend? She showed us the front of the face. She showed us the front face of the sheet, a photograph of Darling, drenched in blood, a mocking picture of her death. Missy spat the words as Forte and I took a quick look before turning our gaze away from the horrific sight. It's truly despicable. Missy stared at it a little longer before stowing the picture within her inner coat pocket. We really must get to the bottom of this treachery. I'm revolted by how condescendingly this game treats lives. Missy turned down the living quarters hall toward Cyrus's room. That character was really pretty though. I like the character design. Collect the bad endings like Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That's what I feel like I'm doing. It didn't occur to me until we arrived at his door that we don't have a way in, do we? What do you mean? Isn't the door locked? Desperate times call for desperate measures, don't you think? What does that mean? I don't think going into Cyrus's room is a good idea. Missy withdrew Darling's dagger and swiftly struck the doorknob off. I don't exactly have Cyrus's ID bracelet now, do I? I guess not. Missy inspected the borehole previously occupied by a doorknob and inserted the dagger, pulling the latch away from the jamb until the door clicked open. And there we are. Do you think this would be against the rules? It wasn't explicitly stated. However, if it were, I'll deal with the fallout in the courtroom. Missy was persistent. She opened the door and marched straight in. Terribly sorry for the intrusion. Forte stepped in and I trailed along behind him. I don't think going in there is good. Hey, but I like the music though. Hey. Cyrus's room had little defining feature in it. Similar to mine, Forte's and Ashley's in design. The only thing setting it apart was a set of manila file folders on a bedside table. Aha! It was only a hunch, but it seems I was right in presuming Cyrus had information about us. Missy fanned the folders across the bed and began her search. Here, grab a folder and see if you can find anything interesting about our situation. Forte helped himself to a folder and glanced at the first few pages before seating himself in a spare chair. Are we looking for anything specific? Anything at all, honestly. The more we know, the better. I picked up a folder at the bottom of the pile, sat cross-legged on the floor and opened the file. Okay. I found 4 floor plans for the building. There were some general blueprint diagrams. Nothing I could really make sense of. Not that they looked much different from the maps displayed on the kiosk. The only thing to note was a sheet was stained with blood in the corner. Among the blueprints was a small booklet. The title read Floor Plans Game L. On the inside page, 5 floors were listed in the index. Wait, 5 floors? From the top we have... Whoa, okay, with the trophy rooms here. Superstructure, trial grounds, infirmary. Then we have 7, which is living quarters, casino, smoke lounge, garage, art gallery. And we have floor 8, which is activities are the spa lounge, climbing center, and jazz club. Then 9, living quarters, dining hall, study, and theater. Then 10, collections, trophy room, and still redacted. We still can't see what that floor is, or that room is. The last floor listed had 2 sections. One was a trophy room, and the other was redacted. So Lyle, Ken, and Say are probably visiting the trophy room on the floor below us. I started through the booklet and found basic information we had already known. All floors have kiosks to communicate. Bracelets are used for identification. Active hours are from... Nothing new yet. I flipped to the back, looking for the details about the 5th floor. I feel like that room covered by blood is super important, which is why it's covered. Yeah, it's important, but it's like, what is it though? However, when I arrived toward the final pages, I noticed they were torn out. Whatever remained of the page stuck out from the binding in a messy tear. Is that like the mastermind's like lair or something, you know what I mean? I grumbled. Of course, the details of the floor beneath us are conveniently gone. I stared at the back panel and noticed something odd. There seemed to be an imprint of writing pressed on the back panel. It was barely visible, but in the right light, I could just make it out. 251110. Maybe Cyrus himself wrote the numbers on the last page with a certain amount of pressure. Oh wait, that's the key! That's the code to the keypad downstairs, resulting in an almost invisible imprint. These numbers might have been important, seeing as the pages before it were torn out. Or they could have been a mistake, and that's why the pages were removed. Have you two anything pertinent to share? I snapped out of my concentration. Oh yeah, I found floor plans that show a floor below ours. From the looks of it, Lyle, Cannon, and Say went down to the trophy room. A trophy room? That doesn't sound too promising. Well, there seems to be another room, but it was crossed out, so I can't figure out what else is down there. Also, take a look at this. There's some numbers just barely visible here. I showed Misty the impressions of numbers on the back panel. What do you suppose these 6 digits can mean? A code, perhaps? But I don't recall encountering any sort of code-locked door in our immediate facility. Because it's downstairs! We saw it! And it's likely the code is meant to be used in the area where the 3 of them went. Yes! Right. That said, let's finish our investigation before we visit them. When we rejoin them, we'll see what discoveries they have to report and whether or not the code will be of use after all. I nodded and made a point to memorize the numbers before setting the booklet aside. Forte, did you find anything of note? I came across our class dossier. Namely, student profiles about each of us. Student profiles? Did you find anything about me? I was still wondering why exactly I was involved in this game since I didn't explicitly have a given ultimate talent. I've exhausted the files on hand and I didn't see your name anywhere. Oh, I see. I'm terribly sorry. I understand it's been bothersome to be here as an unexplained outlier. It's not your fault, Forte. I guess it's coincidence. Why do you want to fit in so bad, Echo? Stop. Like, no one cares. Although, I did come across something useful. These students' profiles have an immense amount of background details. Important figures, significant others, fears, other miscellany. But other than Cyrus, no one present has any background involvement with the game. So all of us present are just victims of coincidence? It seems statistically improbable, given our rare talent expertise. Yes and no. How shall I explain it? No, I don't play Roblox. I have never played Roblox ever. To start, as we are aware, the minimum requirement to come here was to be an ultimate student that received a letter of recognition from the Preservation Project. Should they have accepted the offer for protection, there's a period of time between sending the letter back and, I suppose, being whisked away to this secret location. It seems in that period of time there was a sorting method to creating the class. Classes were to be composed of pairs of ultimate students. These pairs of ultimate students would have to be 2 people who were significantly involved in one way or another. Oh. For example, of the folks we did see from day 1, Art and Lyle were apparently considered to be close enough for pairing off. Though it appears this roster would have been included a few other students that would have formed pairs, but aren't present. One can only assume Cyrus himself crossed out the students that are absent. However, there are 2 students that aren't crossed out, which may require further inspection and, well, it would be best if you saw for yourself. Wait, who is it? Forte revealed a roster with student names and talents. Wait, whoa, 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 whoa! Isn't that Monokuma? I mean, Zero? A quartz. Whoa. There were 15 profiles shown on the roster. 1 next to Cyrus was clipped out, and 5 were crossed out with dark ink, bringing the total of student profiles visible to us to 11. However, I wasn't on the roster, so it should have brought the number down to 9 since I was excluded. Wait, what the freak? Peculiar. As you noted, there are 2 extra students we still have yet to encounter. Yes, they are listed as being in association with Say and Pandora from the looks of it. Say and Pandora? Does that mean they're also ultimate students? That is indeed the case. They're listed as ultimate radio host and ultimate cartographer. Okay. Akihiko Quartz and Gaia Esper... Wait. So that means they're related to Pandora, respectively. Was that like a sister? Gaia. Let's have a closer look at these two students. Missy hastily moved aside the folders strewn across the bed and placed the student profiles for Akihiko Quartz and Gaia Espere. They look similar too. You knew Pandora was suspicious? I guess, huh? They look like twins? Oh, they're twins. Oh no, you know what's gonna happen, right? Akihiko Quartz looked like Zero. His clothing and hair were different colors, but his actual features were the same. And Gaia looked awfully similar to Pandora. Even more were their school symbols depicted along with their profile pictures. Well, one thing is for certain, it's clear to us now that Zero's true identity is Akihiko Quartz. And we can conclusively put a face to the second mysterious announcer named Eve. Oh! It seems Pandora must have known more than she was letting on, seeing as the true identity of Eve appears to be her very own sibling. What the f? That's crazy! That said, seeing as the students' associations have been revealed, it can only mean Sei, knowing Akihiko, has some sort of further involvement with this game. I was saying that! What if they are? What if they are the mastermind? There's no doubt, Sei must be the mole we are seeking. Ah, it's all adding up. My head was spinning. Were we being fooled from the start? Two people on the inside were connected to the two entities administering this game? Shouldn't we confront Sei now that we know she might be up to something? Doing so could prove dangerous. I would like to watch her movements to see what she's thinking, and as far as she's aware, she doesn't know we're onto her. Oh, dude. I wonder if Sei is the one that killed us in the bad end. I wonder if she ended up killing everyone. It's difficult to determine what is going on in her mind. She speaks so little. Then I think we should check out Pandora's room. She might have something hidden in there since she's a part of this. Excellent idea. I'd like to look over the rest of my files if you don't mind. I'll go with you, Echo. I'm curious to know what Art's notable gift was, if you could like to make a detour. I nod and approach the exit. Oh, just a minute. Missy gave the dagger to Forte. You can use the dagger to knock the doorknob off like I did earlier. On second thought, I don't know if I want to leave you alone like this. I'll be fine. I still have the gun on my person. I don't want to resort to firing it, but seeing as our situation is becoming more contentious, it may not be my choice. I felt a shiver go up my spine. Missy was taking the situation much more seriously, with a chillingly unfeeling demeanor. Understood. We'll make haste in our investigation and return promptly. Sei got like much less screen time, which is either a perfect mastermind or a horrible one. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Forte and I stepped out of Cyrus's room and walked to the opposite hall to Art's room. There, Forte struck the doorknob, pulled back the latch, and opened the door. The only thing in Art's room was a worn-looking golf bag. The leather bag was embroidered with the Campapiano name. Oh, this must have belonged to his grandfather. Art must have been reminded of his pastime, golfing with him. It must have been distressing to see this upon waking, to say the least. Forte let out a heavy sigh. It's unfortunate, but it explains his reaction to Pandora's question. Now knowing she might be involved, do you think she goaded him on? That would be quite masochistic, wouldn't it? And to what benefit? After all, she fell by his hand. That's true. Forte paused. Do you believe the flap of a butterfly's wings could cause a hurricane? What are these riddles? Huh? A little thing like a butterfly creating a disaster sounds improbable. It's a theory. Minute occurrences within similar initial starting conditions can lead to drastically different outcomes. This situation could very well be one of those drastic outcomes. Are you just saying that because you got a butterfly on you? Are you speculating Pandora set this entire scenario off by purposefully inciting the first murder? Who could say that was her intention? Besides, her interactions were never of ill will, were they? She was kind to everyone, so who's to say perhaps the flap of this butterfly's wings caused a storm that would eventually give way to the shining rainbow that will grace our skies? That's a pretty optimistic outlook. Oh Lord, not the butterfly effect, please. No Until Dawn flashbacks. They're here. Looking forward to the eventual repose from this nightmare is all we have, isn't it? Eventual repose? I could only hope something like that would free us from the trappings of this storm. Though, why should we wait for something minuscule and out of control like the winds to dictate our fate? I'm keen on taking such matters into my own hands, if need be. I'm not sure I would know where to begin with such an endeavor. Well, that's neither here nor there at the moment. Shall we move on to Pandora's room? Yeah, let's check it out. We left Art's room and visited the living quarters on the other side of the foyer. Entering Pandora's room in the same fashion once again, Forte and I came upon yet another nondescript personal room. Why does she have a phone in here? Did we all have phones? Only this time there was nothing to be found in her room. Huh? Did Pandora not receive some kind of room gift? Perhaps because she was involved, there was no need? But Sei has one, a creepy one at that. Yes, an ominous skull and bone statuette. The two of us peeked into the dresser and were greeted with nothing but stationery and other miscellany. Wait, what if she was doing what Canon did? Canon said she received that instant camera, right? And she's been clinging to it basically since the beginning of this whole predicament. That certainly wouldn't be out of the question. Do you recall anything Pandora might have had that would be grounds for suspicion? Yeah, that secret note. Good point. She showed it to me just before nighttime on day 2. At first I thought something was fishy, that maybe she was hiding something, but... I pressed my fingers to my temple. I don't know. Pandora ended up suffering and the note fell into Lyle's hands. Maybe the secret note was her vexing gift? But if she were some kind of double agent, why would she nonchalantly share the note with me? Who can say? I sighed. The more we know, the better. I couldn't help but think the opposite. As we dug up more information, the more confused I became. Maybe she thought that Echo was the only one that she could trust since they are the only non-ultimate, the only one that's really not supposed to be here. I could only hope whatever Lyle, Canon, and Sei found would answer the many questions, but at the same time I was afraid to uncover more of these secrets. Let us return to Missy with our findings. Returning to Cyrus's room once more, Forte and I found Missy in deep concentration. Yeah, she did ask us about the note. Welcome back. Did you two find anything interesting? Art had his late grandfather's golf clubs in his room, and Pandora had nothing. Nothing? Echo speculates that perhaps the secret note mentioned in the first trial may be Pandora's room gift, in the same fashion as Canon's instant camera. The room was empty. She probably kept the note on her person for safekeeping or something, but when she left it in the pantry on the 3rd day, Lyle's been holding onto it since. We'll have to take a closer look at it when we rendezvous with Lyle. Missy returned her intense glower to the mess of documents. Anything new here? A disturbing amount of news, yes. Take a seat. Forte and I sat in the spare chairs and gave Missy our full attention. She sat in a momentary silence, a fierce gaze transfixed on the folders. I've been reading on a history of involvement. The involvement of ultimate students in killing games just like this one. Huh? Hey, check out, we got new designs and such. Killing games, plural, as in multiple? Oh crap, we're getting into V3 territory a little bit. Yes, I know. It's startling to say the least. In that case, that reminds me. In the folder I looked at, our game was labeled Game L. What do you think L means in terms of these multiple games? Probably like I believe in that context, L is the Roman numeral for 50. So our game is the 50th game. Oh, it is V3 territory. I'm dead. 50 games? Oh, a definitive number to help enumerate how long this has been occurring. Let's see. If 49 games have taken place over a span of approximately 7 days at most, with no break between each game, that's 343 days, almost a year's worth of this hell. I don't understand. I believe that tracks. I remember hearing about this project sometime late in my junior year. Why so many games, you may ask? These games were implemented with Ultimate students in mind. Ultimate students would be prime subjects for rigorous tests and scenarios involving battling to the best of their ability. Okay, now we're starting to get into your turn to die territory also. To overcome other Ultimate students and come out on top, to be the best of the best. These experiments were used to determine who could carry the future. The preservation project and this killing game, they're one and the same. It seems we aren't just a 1 in a million occurrence. But why? That's a lot of dead teenagers, I know, right? My voice cracked. So this place, it's just some kind of petri dish for creating an ultimate student that has no moral regard for what they're doing? The preservation project has washed their hands of their concerns with morality. It's clear in this documented history. What if it's fabricated? All fake, only to stoke fear? It's very possible. Fear is a powerful tactic. Cyrus himself, after knowing all this, had very little room to operate. He was under a considerable amount of pressure. Anime Hunger Games, and eventually collapsed. I was shaking. Comprehension of the situation was the last thing on my mind. Fear chilled me to the bone. Missy, aren't you afraid at all? I'm mortified. However, knowing the darkness that lurks behind malicious people's intentions is nothing new to me. Calling the individual person simply a constituent, strip humanity in the amassing voting numbers. I meant to say constituent, sorry. It's nothing but numbers. We play with live ammo. A game, toying with the livelihood of wildly talented students, enabling a maddening battle royale to create a singular, albeit misdirected, towering ultimate student? Missy exhaled sharply. This must end now. Missy stormed out of the room. Missy! Forte and I chased after her. Where are you going? Missy stood, arms crossed at the elevator. She was embroiled in thought, her brow knit, her posture imposing. Are you in full possession of your faculties? You aren't one to charge forward like this. I hate to say that I only have a hunch. I have little to rely on but gut feeling lately and have nothing but instinct to justify acting upon them. I have nothing except... Oh, the dagger! She held up the photograph and pinned it to the wall with a dagger. What is she doing? Nothing but a vengeance for bringing this establishment to the ground into a burning hell for all the suffering it's put us through. I was so misguided, so blindsided, for thinking I wanted to be a part of the preservation project. I've been played for a fool. Yo, she's getting serious! Missy, none of us could have known this would be our fate. It's possible that the two conspirators must have known something from the start. Rather than confront the one remaining, we must attack the source. The elevator chimed and Missy stepped in. We're going to the courtroom. I don't know if that's a good idea, but okay. Kamaru, what's going on? How you been? Only the monotonous elevator hum filled our ears as we traveled to the courtroom floor. We entered the dark, circular room once more, this time without explicit orders to determine a culprit. It was quiet. The windows were pitch black. Zero was nowhere to be found. I don't like where this is going. Missy swept in, looking for any indication of the announcer's holographic representation. Forte and I filtered into the empty room aimlessly. I can't see a thing through these windows. It should be early afternoon about now, shouldn't it? Perhaps there are shutters covering the windows. If I recall correctly, they close after a trial. Forte ran his hands across the wall, feeling the creases that line the foundation, seams running in miscellaneous ranks and files. Ugh. Forte tried prying one of the sides open to no avail. He knocked on the wall, resulting in an echo bouncing beyond the barrier. There's empty space beyond this wall. It probably only opens when a student is being executed. He thinks Zero's operator is hiding where executions take place? I gulped. It was not a sight I wanted to think about. I guess it would have been too easy to visit the courtroom after Zero encouraged us to investigate this area. Missy stepped out from the elevator again. The infirmary has nothing of note here either. Missy circled the courtroom stands once before settling at her indicated place. She leaned back and crossed her arms. A tense expression painted her face. Even if we found Zero, how are you going to get any information out of him? He must have known we broke into Cyrus's room, so he might be even more cautious. If I can get him to start talking, we're over halfway there. It's about running a conversation long to allow us an opening, whether it be a contradiction or unknown fact. The more he talks, the faster his options will diminish. That said, we've entered the most darning areas with little to show for. I feel as though we've hit a dead end. It's possible Lyle, Cannon, and Say have had better luck on finding information in their search. We can only hope they turn up with something of note. So we're just gonna sit here? The three of us were steeped in a long, contemplative silence. I sighed, thinking about meeting up with the others, wondering if they were just as luckless as we were in finding anything of use. I thought about Cannon and remembered. Missy? Do you still happen to have Cannon's photo? The one from last night? I know I said I didn't want it, but... Oh, certainly. I didn't have time to patch it together, though. Missy drew the two halves of the group photos from her inner coat pocket. I lined the two halves together and gazed at a moment in time that was quickly dashed. That's okay. I awkwardly stole soft looks from Forte and Missy. They seemed to understand that I felt remorseful for what I had done. Aww. I want to return it. Is it going to be the music again? Because I didn't like the music. Oh, wait, what? A body has been discovered in the trophy room. No. Oh dear. Quickly. Who the heck? We rushed back into the elevator, hurriedly clicking the button for the foyer. The foyer floor light chimed. Ooh! Who would die? The door slid open after what felt like an eternity, and we were greeted with a bloody sight. Wait, it's Karen! It's Karen! Wait, is this another lie? Like, what is that noise? A hatchet was buried deep in the back of Cannon's lifeless body. Blood stained the polished floors. The fresh liquid reflected upon the glossy surface, creating a haunting glow in the middle of the foyer. Dude! What in the heck? Cannon? Dang it. Missy and Forte bolted out of the lift while I remained frozen in the elevator cab. A sickening metallic odor filled my senses, and I felt a cold sweat form on my brow. Missy and Forte were huddled in concern over Cannon's body, but it was clearly no use. She was gone. At least it wasn't another bad end? Yeah, I know, right? But the body discovery announcement, it said it was in the trophy room. Wait, then what is this? Does that mean the announcement rung for Lyle? Wait, Lyle's dead too? Was Say really behind all of this? Above Missy and Forte's clamoring, I heard a strange sound. What is that? Dread possessed me. Missy! Forte! Wow! As the foyer's chandelier came crashing down on Missy and Forte. Yo, we getting wiped out! It's taking everyone out! Holy sh! They were completely crushed by the chandelier. Their bodies lost under the tons of shards of glass. I could hardly muster a sound. I was shell-shocked. Glass and blood littered the floor before me. The glistening liquid reflected on the marble floor doubled the terror and my mortified I don't even know what to say! This ending, or this is crazy! Visage. The nightmarish sight brought me to tumbling my knees, dread oozing through every part of my body. My breath was falling out in pieces. My vision became blurry and red from panic. The elevator doors came to an automatic close to hide the sight. The sight of 3 friends being brutally killed. What in the heck? We just lost everyone. This is some Shining-esque crap, bro. Like, here's Johnny. A hand stopped the doors. Oh, what in the... Oh, is that Say? It's Say! I felt a sharp impact compromise my bone. Cracks creaked through my system in a blazing pain. Something was sticking out of my shoulder. It looked like a bolt. Yo, the crossbow! The crossbows! The heat from the pain. The chill from the terror. I felt heavy and weak. I couldn't lift my eyes to see who had attacked me. My whole body crumpled without a fight. My head knocked into the floor, causing me to see stars and... Dude, it's Say! Say just took everyone out. This is like a slasher movie. Nothing. This is like a slasher film. What's up, Eris? Welcome. I did it, right? That voice. I followed the rules of this stupid killing game, so please, please, please get me out of here. The ultimate prize is freedom, right? It's say? Aki, please. I know it's your voice, so listen to mine and help me. The ultimate prize. Zero's voice. You don't want the prize. Zero's voice is weird again. No, killing isn't the answer. What? After Say's remorseful cry, one could hear a pin drop. I could feel my heart struggling as my adrenaline rose. Killing isn't the answer? Then what were we doing here? This is wrong. It's all wrong. What in the world? Is this another bad ending? Are we going back in time? Nope. 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 This, oh my God. This game just did it. We're going back in time? What was that? Is this like another dimension or something? Come on, you all. I'm being very generous right now. You don't want your opportunity to go to waste, do you? Oh, This feels like an important choice. Perhaps I should think carefully. What in the... What am I supposed to do? What in the military? Oh, this is playing into Zero Escape, isn't it? The morphogenetic fields or whatever. So I bet you the memory of the code for the keypad is instilled in me right now. So now I can go to this route and go through that door. Oh, yeah, I see what you're doing. Yo, the author of this loves Zero Escape. They really do. I felt this sense of deja vu. The announcement urging us to split up. The importance of the decision. But everyone was alive? Did those horrible things actually happen, or did I imagine it? Wow. Hey, come on. It's not that hard of a decision. Echo, we need to get moving. Is this all going to be the same now? I couldn't begin to understand what happened when I went with Missy and Forte. Regardless, I didn't want to experience whatever that was again. Instead, I chose to go with Lyle and Cannon. This is the most shell-shocked I've been yet. Yeah, that was crazy. I'll go with Lyle and Cannon. It was decided. I joined Lyle and Cannon near the foyer doors. Say joined Missy and Forte on the opposite side of the center glass table. Then that's that. We'll each investigate to our fullest abilities and rendezvous before 4 p.m. That's all right with you, Lyle? Of course, of course, of course. All right, I'm going to kind of like speed through this a little bit. Yep, we're going through down. Yep, We're going through the doors now. Sounds good. But what was going on? I rubbed my shoulder, reaching for the distant pain that haunted only my memories. I glanced back at the other group. Missy gave a small parting wave before turning down the hallway to do her investigation with Forte and Say. It's like nothing happened. I can only hope nothing awful would happen here. My eyes adjusted to the dim lighting as we were quickly met with stairs that tumbled down a dark length. Not a single word was exchanged between the three of us as we trudged down the steps, further away from the foyer's glittering hall. An anxious feeling rose in my stomach as I glanced back at the dying light. The other group was already out of sight. Alright, so let me go ahead and hit us with a save real quick. After some time, the foreign floor beneath us revealed itself to us at the bottom of the stairs. The hidden floor we gained across access to stood in stark contrast to the previous floor. Yep, I read that before. I know. I heard you. I'm just waiting for the part where they want us to open the door. Yeah, we saw all this. Hysteria just experienced freaking hysteria, like loud what the freak laughter and panicked breathing. GG, writer, you got me. You got Blair. That's funny. Say would never? Apparently not. So we've already experienced this ending, so... keep on going, keep on going. Missy's motive, it was likely to be just as disturbing. I didn't say Siri, I said say. Why is Siri started talking to me for like some unknown reason. As we passed the two-sided halls, I took a peek in. They were listed as multi-purpose event halls, decorated settings for large gatherings. The large rooms were sparsely decorated with a number of tables and chairs and not much else. The event halls were pretty, but like much of the building, they lacked any sort of quality of life. Ken and I wandered about, but not for very long. Nothing glaringly strange caught our attention. It was as if this place was never meant to be anything more than recreational. The entire time we explored, Cannon kept a safe distance from me as I pondered when the best time to make amends. Oh crap, I'm gonna need to remember that code. I don't know if I remember it. Lyle was waiting for us back where we started. This deja vu. The two glared at each other. A palpable tension burned the air. Okay, about the exit and such. Okay, here we go. This is where it gets juicy here. You can't get in. The keypad's light indicator was red, waiting for a 6-digit code to unlock the door. You remember it, right, Echo? Yeah, you remember. Wait, 6 digits? I stared at the keypad for a moment and thought back to the strange experience I had not too long ago. The floor plan booklet listed 5 floors our game was meant to take place in. The details of the 5th floor, our current floor, were torn out. Yet on the booklet's back panel, there was writing of 251110. Perfect. What? The code. I think it's 251110. I repeat. What? Should I try it? It's not like we have any other leads. Are you nuts? No. Why not? Echo, you say you're not involved, but knowing the code to a keypad on a floor we've never been to is pushing it, don't you think? Yeah, a little bit. It's a little sus. This has to be some kind of trick. You're setting us up for failure in that room. No. I don't know how to explain how I know. It's just, I have this strange memory. When our group was splitting up, I went with Missy and Forte first and went to Cyrus's room. It was there that I saw a writing of 6 digits. Yeah, right. That's awfully convenient information, don't you think? We only split up once. Where did you possibly find the time and means to do such a thing? I wish I could tell you, but I don't know. What happened earlier doesn't make a lick of sense to me either. I mean, there was a body discovery announcement, and I think it was you. Stop! Lyle's voice cut the air. Echo, I don't understand you. Bro, Echo, just say screw Lyle. Go over to the keypad, punch the numbers in. Screw Lyle at this point. First you turn everyone against Art, then you do everything to deny Ashley's actions against Cyrus, and now you miraculously know the code for this door we've never seen? Just what on earth are you up to? Give me a reason to believe you're not involved. What's stopping me from believing you're all part of the act? From not having any remarkable talent to sabotaging the trials at every which way? Hang on. What do you have to gain by behaving like this? Is this some kind of... That's enough! Ooh! You really think I wanted this? Look, I'm just as frustrated as you are. It was never my intention to turn anyone against Art. The circumstances we were in demanded a vote be cast, lest everyone suffer the consequence. You really believe I'm an implicit factor in this game? Don't think for a second I wanted any of this to happen. I'm still at a complete loss of how I'm even here to begin with. You really think I wanted my best friend to go through the emotional turmoil she went through when she found out I was in this game? You think I wanted her to die protecting me? Oh, right, Kit, right? We're all in pain, and suffering isn't a competition. So I'm sorry that I don't have the answers to any of your questions, but I'm doing my best to combat these desperate feelings. After the second trial, I saw how hurt everyone looked. Not just for my sake, but because we've just found ourselves in something horrible and inescapable. I never asked for this ultimate student nonsense. And maybe it was selfish to want to protect Ashley, but what did you expect? You wanted to protect Art, didn't you? Arguing like this isn't going to solve anything. I don't even know if the code will work, much less know what's in the room to begin with. And I don't expect you to trust me with it, but it's the only thing we have at the moment. Preach! That's what I'm talking about. Echo is preaching right now, finally turning themselves into a protagonist. Lyle let out a defeated sigh. I'm sorry too. I'm just trying to find a reason why the only person who gave me the time of day had to leave so quickly. His voice dropped to a low whisper. I feel like I let Art down. Messed up big time. He was misled by me, thinking Pandora was suspicious. It's my fault, huh? Echo changed a lot compared to the last stream. A whole bunch, like a total 180. Lyle was no different from me. He was trapped with the impression that his friend's downfall was a direct consequence from his actions. No, it's not as simple as that. No one is singularly at fault. I won't speak on behalf of Art, but given the threat of danger, I'm sure he just wanted to keep everyone safe. None of us could have known he would end up in this scenario. And Art, least of all, would truly want to cause harm. He strangled Pandora, though. I know, there's no denying that. He did what he thought was right to try and end the game. It's hard to say what's right and wrong. We can only move forward with our best judgment, learn from what we've experienced. We have to try at least, right? I'm tired, Echo. I can't sleep. Whether we try to be cautious or take risks and test the rules, the situation ends up being the same. We're still trapped. Still trapped and doomed, too. To the responsibility of our past actions. We can't change anything that has happened. Cannon stared at the floor absently. Yeah, but there's nothing left to try but this. I just hope you could trust me on this. Now, I feel like this really isn't happening right now. I feel like we're in a simulation. All right, try the code. I nod and approach the keypad. Watch us. We're gonna like walk into this room and it's gonna be all of us like in like tubes or something like that. You know what I mean? Cannon just standing there waiting for the conversation to end. I know, right? Oh, crap. It's this, right? The keypad accepted the code and the sound of a latch being released clicked out. It worked! Another crackling in the air interrupted me as I grasped the door handle. Shoot! Did Zero catch us in the act? My heart was racing. Did I accidentally set something off? I paused and the three of us stood with bated breath. Hey! Just checking in with you all. Having fun exploring the new digs? I bet you are. I have two more fun little gifts for you folks. Forte and say, oh no, the freaking song's back! Oh! Oh, the German song is back. Zero's voice dropped out and the tune carried on. A gentle, haunting piano accompanying the droning soft vocals. Yeah, we know. Oh, Zero didn't say anything about us entering this room. That aside, neither Lyle or I were recipients of Zero's gift. That's a good thing. Come on, Echo. Let's see what's in there already. Oh, right. Taking the thought, I pushed the door open with a slow creak. Let's see if I can translate. Let's see if OO can translate. Oh, wait. Maybe it's going to stop if we go in there. Oh! I knew it! I freaking knew it! I knew it was going in that direction. I guessed that. I knew it was going in this direction. It was only obvious. Upon shutting the door, the ominous song ceased its crooning within the room. It's freaking Danganronpa 2, bro. We found ourselves in a hexagonal, eerie room with full-length capsule-like objects creating the centerpiece. Standing workstations line the walls corresponding to the capsule objects on each wall. Miscellaneous monitors and controls filled each section. What is this place? We stepped further in, our footsteps echoing through the chamber. If I had to guess, considering our killing game scenario, one could say there ought to be a cold room to store bodies. You think this is where they are? Oh, maybe it's not us though. Maybe it's other people. Maybe it's past participants of the game. Well, it could make sense this place was hidden behind layers of precautionary security, though it's not a very conventional design if that's the case. I inched cautiously toward one of the large capsules. There's a small display monitor at the foot of the closed capsule that read stable in bright green letters. Oh wait, it is them, huh? Spotting a small viewing window at the head of the capsule, I made my way over and peeked in. Wait! I staggered back at the site. I recall seeing this person's visage when I was with Missy and Forte. Yeah, this is Missy's friend, right? What is it? Lyle ran to the window, standing at the opposite side of me. His eyes widened. Is that Pandora? Oh, that's Pandora. Okay. I was like, wait, what? No, that's Pandora's sister. Because we just found out about them looking like twins. This document says otherwise. Same last name, though. Cannon was holding a medical chart that was hanging near the stable indicator. It's her. My voice was barely a whisper. I stared at her. My vision twisted as I felt my heart start racing. The other announcer Forte had discovered, along with Zero's true identity. The other announcer behind the killing game was right in front of me. Yeah, Gaia. Lyle paused and took a closer look at the person in the capsule. He took out the secret note he had been holding onto and inspected it further. Without a word, he started unlatching the capsule. What are you doing? Are you going to take that person out of the capsule? It's the person behind Eve. There's a pin on her shawl that looks just like the Eve announcer symbol and the symbol on the secret note. She could be dangerous. What if she attacks or something? Whatever. There's 3 of us and only 1 of her. Stay alert. The final latch clicked and cool air rushed out from the containment unit. We watched in awe as the glass automatically rose. She looked as if she were asleep. A steady, barely noticeable rise and fall of her chest indicating her shallow breath. Then, her eyelids twitched. Uh-oh. She's awake. Yo, her design is awesome, though. How? Her voice was hoarse but familiar. The formerly disembodied voice of Eve was now given a definite face. She reached out, but before she could do anything, Lyle stopped her. Hey, what are you doing? Please, I can't bear being in there a second longer. She murmured wearily as she struggled with enormous effort to pull herself up. Come on, Lyle. Give me a hand. Lyle grumbled in dissatisfaction, but helped anyway, guiding Eve out of her containment. She crumpled to the floor, completely fatigued. Are you okay? Hey, what is that back there? It's in, like, French. She could hardly shake out a response. Yo, her design is dope! I love her outfit. Then I remembered. Here, if you're hungry. Hey, what's up, Perseverance? How you been? Reaching into my pocket, I offered her the jam Danish I had saved earlier. She generously accepted it, taking only a few bites before stopping altogether. Oh, Pandora, what have I done to you? A blank, somber stare glazed over her tearful eyes. You're Gaia Aspere, right? How do you know? I don't know how to explain. I still don't know how to reasonably describe the strange occurrence I had experienced earlier that caused me to know things I shouldn't. Wait, who is this? It's okay. As Echo says, I'm Gaia Aspere, Pandora's twin sister, who couldn't save her. Twin sister? That explained the striking similarity to Pandora. Save her? Does that mean this note was from you in an attempt to contact her? What's your role in the involvement in this game? Hang on, you wanted to save her? I thought since you're part of the game that, I don't know, you were working against us. Hasn't Eve been helping us this whole time though, technically? With a heavy sigh, Gaia sat herself up against the base of the containment unit. You have a lot of questions. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. Welcome to the testing chambers. It's a pleasure to meet you all, Echo, Lyle, and Cannon. We gave Gaia some time to regain her strength as she cautiously savored the pastry I had given her. She sat herself in a chair at the small workstation as we idly waited. Wait, I want to know who's in the other pods, though. Lyle was noticeably impatient. Cannon still and unreadable. Cannon's been really quiet. Kind of scary. So, who are you in context of this game? Unlike Zero, who controls the many aspects of the killing game, I'm just an overseer. We're able to oversee the entirety of the game from our captivity. Whoever is placed in one of these incubators has their consciousness removed from their body and incorporated into the technology of the facility. I was never originally a part of this, but seeing as this containment unit has a synonymous framework into collecting data from our consciousness and biopsychology, I was able to wedge my way through the basic functions. But I'm concerned. It was Zero's request to open the foyer doors. I think he wanted you to find me in this room. I'm afraid he has something in store for me. She shuddered at the thought. If what Gaia said was true, even she wasn't safe. Is this a farce? A bunch of lies to make us believe you're not a threat? I'm sorry, I cannot provide more details to convince you. You'll just have to take my word for it. In that case, where is Zero? His body is in one of the other units. However, he is in much worse condition. Gaia pointed at one of the other units on the opposite side of the hexagonal centerpiece. Lyle and I walked over to the unit that was lit. The screen displayed critical in red. Okay. It was as she said. The visage of Zero was in the unit, but his hair and clothing were different, just like in the student profile for Akihiko. It's him. Akihiko Quartz, otherwise known as the ultimate radio host. Zero, the despair program infected version of Akihiko, has control over malicious threats. I see the control over general facilities such as the infirmary in an attempt to make contact with participants. That note, it was Pandora's room gift. I composed a note for Pandora and whoever could recognize the other emblem. Whoever could recognize Zero's, or rather, Akihiko Quartz's emblem. But I haven't had any luck, and I'm not sure Pandora figured it out either. Huh? Gaia doesn't know who the other insider is? Sei's profile was attached with this Akihiko's after all. Wait a minute. I heard Cannon's hushed muttering. Well, what are we waiting for? Huh? Why don't we just release him from the unit and be done with this game? Yeah, I mean, why not? Let's just do it. Let's get out of here. That is not advised. That's just Akihiko's body. The one operating the game is Zero, a forked consciousness of Akihiko that has been merged with a despair program. I don't know how Akihiko's real consciousness is faring. I worry he's too far gone. If we release him, it's possible Zero could malfunction, but it could also kill the host's conscious. So what? A small price to pay for all the hell he's put us through? No, please. It's not him. It's the fault of the despair program, the preservation project, the ultimate prize. Gaia's eyes were dark. All of this, a charade conducted with appalling precision for the purpose of the ultimate prize, a complete and utter hoax. It's a hoax? I recalled what I heard earlier before I found myself back at the group's split decision. The ultimate prize is freedom, right? Nope. The ultimate prize, you don't want it. No, you don't want it. We don't know what it is, but we know that you don't want it. What is the ultimate prize? Not a second after my hushed question. Whoa, did a booming clunk sound through the halls. The lights went out. Oh, it's Sei! Sei's here! No! Darkness. Lyle's gift, direct from his fears to you. Only murder will lift the darkness. The ominously short announcement cut out, and we were left to wallow in the void. The room was blanketed in black velvet. I couldn't even see my own hand in front of my face. What? How is anyone meant to see anything in the darkness, let alone do something as calculated as murder? Calm yourselves. He wouldn't cut all the power if his former body is still in the containment unit. Are you sure? Wait, that aside, Lyle, Cannon, are you okay? There was no response from either of them. However, I heard sharp, haggard breaths beside me. Well, sounded like he was having a fit. His voice was tight. Lyle, are you okay? It's dark. I can't. Hang in there. That's his fear, huh? A flash briefly bled through the darkness. My eyes adjusted to the brightness and I could see the silhouette of Gaia standing some feet away from me, holding the light. This could help. A flashlight and an emergency kit below my capsule. Yes, thank you. Is that not freaking convenient or what? Hey, conveniently there's a flashlight under my pod. Yes, thank you. I took the flashlight and directed the beam toward the wall, allowing the light to bounce and disperse itself for a little more illumination. Come on, deep breaths. His breaths were broken, but he was making an effort to control his breathing. I tried to comfort him, rubbing his trembling back as he tried to steady himself. As Gaia and I gave Lyle time to recoup, I noticed something strange. Wait, where's Cannon? Cannon! I called out to her, but got no response. Did she get lost? Dang it! She has to be up to no good! As much as I couldn't help but jump to the same conclusion, I felt there had to be another reason for her disappearance. Don't say that. As much as we all hated to see the truth in the first trial, Canon still helped us. And she even gave me the group photos she took after Ash's trial. We probably went to go look for the other 3. How could she possibly see in the pitch darkness? Why didn't she just sit still and do nothing like she always does? I can't say. I just hope she doesn't do anything outrageous. Oh, Canon's gonna be dead, huh? Sure, but there's no telling what could happen to her, though. Oh, no. She's freaking dead. A body has been discovered on the trial grounds now? Just as Zero said, the lights return at the announcement of a body discovery. You'll be granted a period of investigation, and then we will begin our class trial. No way. I don't want to believe it, but the game carried on to take another victim. I gulped. Gaia, do you know who was killed? Gaia shifted nervously. I cannot see anymore. After being removed from the containment unit, I can only do as much as you participants can. That is, until I can gain control from the systems here. Gaia quickly made herself busy at the workstation, familiarizing herself with the programs once more. This can't be happening. So we have to go up there. I don't know what we'll find, but another death. What else could occur in this darn place? I didn't care for the indignation of his tone, but Lyle was right. At this point, it would be foolish to expect anything less than death. However, I just wanted to know that whoever remained was still safe. Let's go. We should try to rendezvous with whoever is left. What about her? Can we trust that she doesn't try anything funny? Gaia was deep in thought, her attention fixed to the workstation near Zero's. Go ahead. I've been investigating this group for some time. There's still much to learn from here. I'll do what I can to shore up information. Blair is losing her mind right now. What if it's Say? Oh my god, I know, right? I don't know who died here. It could be Say. Could be Canon. Don't worry about me. I'll be on my own, but I know better than to let my guard down. Gaia was focused on the workstation, data filling the monitors with lines and lines of who knows what. It doesn't matter, like it didn't seem like she would be moving soon. So Lai and I left her to do her work. Okay. Be careful. It probably is Say, more likely though. Thank you. I don't want anyone to be dead, me either. Lyle and I darted out of the testing chambers, making haste for the elevator. Come on! What is it? The elevator isn't working. We can't wait around for the elevator. Let's just head up the stairs. Hurry. She better not be conniving with Zero after all. Lyle growled to himself, but I didn't reply. It was impossible for me to say whether or not Gaia was truly on our side or not, but after freeing her from captivity, I had a feeling she wasn't hostile. I sighed. Regardless, there were more immediately pressing matters to attend to. Making an about face, we rushed through the hall and back up the stairs. Returned to the foyer, we were met with a troubling sight. Wait! Oh, no! Wait, no, Missy's fine. Missy's fine. Missy's fine. We're good. That's not the trial grounds. We're good. Missy! As we closed in on her, the first thing I noticed was a large slash that was cut into her chest. Oh, it had to be the axe. It had to be the axe. Her drooping body was held upright against the elevator door jamb beside the elevator cab and foyer, preventing the doors from shutting. Shh. We rushed to her side, all while maintaining a cautious distance from her unmoving body. I reached for her glasses and noticed her bracelet. Lyle, before we jump to any conclusions, I was concerned, of course, but I drew Lyle's attention to her wrist. She's good. She's fine. Like what Ares says. She's fine. The small bracelet was still rose gold. Ew. She's not the victim, but what happened to her? And why did the body discovery announcement go off? She's alive, right? Get her up and let's find out. Lyle kneeled down, trying to wake her from whatever daze she was in as I returned her glasses. Her eyes fluttered and she groaned, reaching toward the deep cut in her chest. Missy! Oh, Echo and Lyle? Come with me! Her eyes snapped open and she leapt into the elevator, clicking the button for the trial grounds. We gave chase and rumbled to the requested floor. Ah, crap. As she's just vibing, the adrenaline kicked in. Upon arrival, we were met with another gruesome encounter. Not Forte! Oh no! Wait, no, Forte's this right now, dude. They keep hitting me with Say's good. Then that means it's canon. They keep tricking us. Forte's body was covered in blood and Say, stained with the liquid as well, was sitting on the floor in an emotionless daze, staring at him. Wait, is Forte the one that's dead? She said nothing as the three of us surrounded, because it like did a zoom in on Say's bracelet. So when it did the zoom in, I was like, does that mean he's good? She said nothing as the three of us surround Forte's body. His bracelet was tinged with a sickening bright pink color that indicated his death. Okay, he's dead. Status, if the pools of blood didn't indicate it clearly enough. What the heck happened when we split up? Astonishment painted Missy's face as she took in the scenery. We whipped around to glare at the most person, the one drenched in blood. What? Say's detached expression told us nothing, or perhaps everything. I'm sorry. I have no idea what happened. You better not be lying. I am not. Missy flinched and tenderly tried to cover her wound. Investigate as you will. I won't stop you. I need to clean this up. Missy tottered through the elevator and into the infirmary on the other side, leaving us with the victim and Say. So, care to share anything, Say? Didn't think so. This is a mess. No kidding. Is it really up to us to investigate? We were just about the furthest away from the crime. How could we begin to infer what occurred 4 floors above? It's only up to us. Does it look like either Say or Missy are going to be fessing up? They're covered in blood. Yeah, you're right. At the very least, we were together with Gaia, so that solidifies our alibi somewhat. Having said that, Cannon was still nowhere to be found. Could it be? Where the freak is Cannon? Then let's get to it. Oh, I'm so sad right now. I'm so upset that Forte was the best one out of all of them. He was the most level-headed person, keeping everyone in check. That's messed up, dude. I gotta save now. Okay. So, obviously, you guys know how this works. Next stream, we're gonna do the investigation. We're gonna do the trial. And I'm pretty sure the trial and the ending is going to be really long. So I'm gonna save that for one final stream. I think rushing it all in this one stream would be a really bad idea. That's a lot to take in, you know what I mean? Hannah took a trip to another dimension. Yeah, like Hannah just disappeared. I guess she's about to pull an Akane from 999. Something's about to happen there. Like, if Hannah is dead too, I'm dropping a chandelier on everyone. I'm dropping the chandelier this time. No, I have to see this trial right now, guys. Rip, see you on the flip side. Need to check this out. Well, go over to, you can either download it yourself or you can go over to, there's like a walkthrough channel and they already have like the full entire walkthrough up. So if you got to watch it now, watch it now. But I'll be streaming tomorrow. So the people that want to wait, you're not going to be waiting that long. Lyle reminds me of Shin from Your Turn to Die. Yeah, a little bit, huh? She went to go get the milk. My favorites always die. Everyone is going beast mode. Dude, this was the most wild, just left and right pool of emotions, right? Like, I feel like this game is just playing tug of war with my emotions with this chapter. This chapter has been crazy so far, bro. This was nuts. It was really nuts. Obviously, it was an exposition dump because it's towards the end, so there was a lot of talking and such. So there was a lot of slow parts, but for the most part, like when this chapter picked up, it picked up and it went in all kinds of directions. It was crazy. What's up, Lala? How you been? Now you know why I kept saying this chapter was so crazy and amazing. Yeah, this is good so far. I liked it. I mean, we did see the bad ending too, and that was pretty cool. This was pretty insane. I see what you did there. Please, you got a bad ending again? Yeah. We got 2 bad endings. And, you know, apparently getting bad endings, like the game awards you for that. So I'm like, is there a point to being awarded, getting that badge or whatnot? You know what I mean? We have 2 badges. Like, do you get the true ending for seeing all of the endings? You know what I mean? But who knows? It's not to wait until tomorrow evening to watch the stream VOD with work in the morning and a class group meeting in the afternoon. Well, that's how it be sometimes. I'm sorry, Curse. My bad. This is great. I really like these characters. Yeah, these characters are amazing. Everyone is going insane. I know. But I will see you guys tomorrow for the conclusion. Thank you for coming to the stream. I hope I see y'all. Have a good day. Thank you so much, Pancake Roll, for the donation. Donations help out like a ton. They go towards bills and such. You know how it was, especially last month with taxes. Kind of sucks, but thank you guys for the donations. Seeing all the effort the team put in, they did great. They did amazing. Shouts out to the team. Bye, you guys. Love everyone. See you next time.